What's up, guys? White Wall Steve here, and I'm here in the Good Enough Garage, and as you can notice, there's no car here. The S-Bomb has been sold. Sold it to two really cool kids up in Clinton Township, Michigan. They're really happy to have it. They're actually enjoying it a lot more than I did. But unfortunately, the video got screwed up, so we totally lost that whole video. So I'm going to have to go back out there and reshoot that. But in the meantime, got to keep getting the content out there. I got Mike bringing in his yellow Ranger Splash with a 302 in it, and we're going to be giving that thing a good safety check, make sure the brakes are good, steering's good, suspension, make sure everything's nice and tight for him so he can go ahead and start driving this thing and enjoying it. What do you say we get to it? I'm White Wall Steve, and this is my Good Enough Garage. So tell me a little bit about this truck. What's the story on this thing?
Well, I used to see this truck all the time driving around when I was a younger kid. When I was 16, my first car was a Ranger Splash, and it was orange.
I remember that truck.
Oh yeah, you had your truck then too.
Yep, still had my truck back then. Oh yeah.
So I spent some time driving around, and I recalled seeing this truck doing, I think it was going sideways down Eureka Road one time. And I was driving home from camping with my camper van and one of my buddies, and I saw this thing sitting on the side of the road up in, where was that? Clio, Michigan. And we saw that, bought it, had to have it.
So this was the same one that used to cruise around like the town and shit back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he bought it from a gentleman that built it in Riverview. He said he was a 70-some-year-old man. I recall seeing this. That had been around the year 2002 or 2001 when this was built.
Okay.
I know it was painted by Yost. From what they told me, it's obviously it needs a repaint, but it's
This used to have a white hood on it, didn't it?
Yeah, because this is one of the Cervini's fiberglass hoods.
Okay.
So it needs some work on it, and it's not perfect, but it's a great driver. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it, and I'm gonna drive the wheels off of it.
Right.
And working at the shop, I don't have time to go through it, so without you, I couldn't do this, man.
All right. Well, hey, we'll get it done. Let's. I want to pop that hood and see underneath it.
Okay.
All right, open that thing up. Let's check it out.
All right.
Oh yeah, got a nice little 302 in there.
Yeah. This thing sat in my parking lot for a lot of last year, so it's got the good dirt on it protecting it.
So this thing's always been yellow then, it looks like.
Yep, this started life as a yellow truck. It's a 302, 30 over, so a 306 out of a 70 Mustang. I got it from Mike before he moved down to Tennessee.
Okay.
So this had a 302 in it, but I yanked it. I sold that. And this one's in here. It's got the fresh stock bottom end on it. It's got flat top pistons on it. I'm not sure the compression, but right now I put
looks like you got
blueprint heads on it.
Looks like you got fuel injection on it.
I am. I'm running Holley Sniper EFI. I changed it on my IROC, and I would not have it any other way.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, this thing looks pretty good.
We're working on it.
Got some nice racing seats in it. Mostly stock interior, looks like. And you got some fancy slicks on it, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Traction's a bit of a joke, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It's nothing special. I think it's just got an alphabet cam in it, or so I was told. It needs to be dialed in, so it's safer and funner.
That's my favorite part, that nice big tack.
Don't worry, that's all going away. What I want to do is Mako Motorsports makes a piece for the actual Ranger that goes in here. it's a 3D printed model of the original gauge cluster.
Okay.
So the cutouts you can have, and they'll even recess it. So I'm gonna get the new the Sniper 5-inch screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna have that recessed in it.
Okay.
So that way your favorite tack will go away.
Oh.
Get all the shift lights out of here. I'm gonna build a center console for it. It's gonna be nice when I'm done.
Awesome.
I can't wait for it.
Awesome. Well, we'll get to work on this thing and get it all straightened out for you.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Alright guys, so I gave Mike a ride home, eat my hot tamales, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on this thing. So he didn't buy ball joints, so he told me don't worry about the ball joints. He just wants me to replace this whole steering system, so we're going to do the drag link, inner and outer tie rods, and tie rod sleeves. And we're also going to replace the sway bar links. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy stuff. So let's get this thing jacked up and rip that steering out and see what we got going on. Okay, now that we got this thing jacked up and got the wheels off, I'm going to show you guys a quick way to get all the steering linkage out and get all that stuff out. So I'll bring the camera in, show you guys what's going on with that. Okay, so first things first, we want to get these tie rods out. So I'm going to go ahead, get the cotter pins out, and get the nut off, and then I'll show you how to get the tie rod out of the spindle, because it's tapered, so even if you take the nut off, it won't want to come out right away. So I'll show you a quick way to get that out. So let's get that cotter pin out, and let's get that nut out. Okay, first we'll get that cotter pin out. This looks like it's been in here for a minute or two. And almost always the cotter pin's going to break. I mean, especially if it's an old one, if it's been in there for a minute, it's almost always going to break out. So you got to kind of just break it out in pieces. Try to get it out of there best you can. Alright, cotter pin's out. Okay, I got the nut off real quick. So now I'm going to show you how to get this out of here, because as you see, it doesn't come out. So I'll show you a quick way to get that out of there. Okay, so you take your trusty hammer, you just hit it on the side, and there you go. Slides right out. A little bit of pounding on that. Now, if you got nice painted spindles, you probably don't want to do that. So you can use a pickle fork, but this just is kind of easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other side done. And then I'm going to get the entire steering system out, so by the time I come back, I'll have the entire steering system out laying on the floor. Okay guys, so I went ahead and got it all put together. We'll get it all put back in the car, and then he will have to get an alignment done. But I'm going to go ahead, get this all buttoned up, throw them back in the car. Let's get it done. Got the whole steering assembly in, new outer tie rods, new drag link, everything's all set. It's all put in, cotter pins and everything, grease fittings, everything's greased. I got the wheel on that side. I had the wheel on this side, and we trued it up about as straight as I could get it for being up in the air. It's close. I think we're good. That's pretty much it. Mike's brakes look good, so I don't really have to mess with the brakes. His tie rod ends look really good. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to get this done for Mike. I'm going to go ahead and get this wheel thrown back on, get this thing back down on the ground, Mike could come pick it up later this week. I'll see you guys next time on the White Wall Steve Good Enough Garage. See you later.